Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major shout out to all the channel members, as well as the members over on my website and the members over on Patreon. Thank you for your continued support here into this space. So we are back with another message, and this is actually a channel ancestor message, and this will be a public ancestor message because I feel like it's an energy that many people need to hear. So I just had, oh my gosh, a very eye-opening client past life regression session, and during that session I may reveal a clip later, or I may not, I don't know yet, because the client and I, we have to do a follow-up session because it was so intense. But in this session, she went in to find out why she was bitter and the ways that she viewed the world of feeling unloved and things of that nature. And we end up channeling through to her grandmother. And it was found in that session, her grandmother's energy, her ancestral energy, was so attached to her, of her transferring her energy into her of bitterness and wanting to keep her protected and guarded, so she didn't go after the things that her soul wanted her to do and what her soul was calling for her to do. It had her feeling like everyone was out to get her, that no one loved her, because of the pain that her grandmother had gone through, because of the pain that her grandmother had endured or experienced. So this ancestral energy passed down to her feeling like people were always jealous or hurting her or didn't care about her or didn't want to love her. And so it made her focus on the things that she didn't really want versus the things that she does really want. And I was like, in the session of having to assert my authority, while talking to this ancestral energy that was used to having so much control over lives and energies and even in the afterlife. And it feels like this channel collective energy of, especially if you're into, connecting with your ancestors, those who have crossed over and things of that nature, and knowing that when you connect to that energy, you can sometimes be connecting to the parts of themselves that will hold you back, that may make it hard for you to move forward, that will make it feel like everyone is out to get you, or everyone is out to try to harm you or hurt you. It's giving an energy, and now I'm so happy that we're doing this this cord cutting, this ancestral cord cutting on Thursday. So members, definitely have y'all alarms and stuff set. I've already put the notices in the community tabs and things of that nature for it. But it's something about, especially with this full moon, and with the planetary alignments of what I follow, it's strong for breaking some different ancestral ties that don't fit with you in this season of your life. We may not realize, and this is another thing. So although that energy was passed down, it wasn't because she didn't love her granddaughter. It was because that's how she knew how to give love. And she didn't want to heal or change her energy. She wanted to stay in that space. She wanted to stay in the space of being hurt. And that passed down through the womb. And this is giving an energy of asking, is there anything that you're attaching to that may have been passed down through this ancestral lineage that no longer resonates with you? Is there anything that's been passed down through your ancestral lineage that no longer resonates with you? And so when it comes to connecting to ancestral energy, making sure you have the proper boundaries with that ancestral energy. Because if you don't have the proper boundaries, then you're going to find yourself being consumed with their energy, and it could be stopping you from the things that you actually want. So if you're focused on, I gotta protect myself from this and da 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 da, that's all you're going to see around you now, is the things that you feel like you have to protect yourself from, versus embracing more of what it is that you want. So then now that's what you see. Let's get into this energy. A time to give rather than to take. Adjustments are required, the third quarter moon. And we're almost at the first quarter moon. The third quarter comes after, as the full moon becomes back smaller, I guess you could say, as it loses its light. So in the next 2.5 weeks, some changes or some things are going to be made known to you. Between the next third quarter and the new moon, from the time that you see this video, you're healing generational ancestral wounds. So when we say that you're a generational curse breaker, it's like, I even feel called to say we're not going to connect just with being a curse breaker. We're not going to call you the black sheep, because that's us focusing on the negatives. You're a generational blessing creator. You're healing your lineage. You're healing your lineage from the things that no longer resonate with you, that no longer resonate with your spirit, with your soul. You're healing it. You're taking what you've learned from them, their experiences, and you're making it better through healing it. You have the Emperor when I split the deck, and the Magician. It's giving this energy of you taking control of your life over certain areas. So there's certain areas where you may not allow yourself to have control over, and there's like an outside energy or an outside entity, the King of Wands, that could be a very domineering ancestor. So someone who was very dominant in how they acted and how they portrayed themselves, like it was my way or the highway type energy. You could be connecting with that type of energy at this time, and you're being called to break away from it, to become your own person, break away from the darker energies, the shadow, because this is the shadow, man. Something about your ancestors' shadows are lurking. So although they loved you, they showed love how they knew love. And it makes me think of the last question that I posed on the last video. And someone had shared about something in the ways of like, just because someone loves you and how they show it doesn't mean that you have to accept it, okay? And that connects with this message aspect. Like, you don't have to accept how they give something or how they choose to try to protect you as being your story, because you have to realize that they're providing that guidance and that information from their experiences. So a lot of people become closed off and things of that nature when they're hurt. So they feel they have to super like strongly protect their lineage or their children or their grandchildren in that same manner, not realizing that they're holding them back from being able to fully experience the wholeness of the world. And this is giving the vibe of getting out of the shadows of this ancestor. What are these shadows? You have the Fool card. It could be a fear to start and do something different because of how you were raised, or because you don't want to disappoint them, make them, you know what I'm saying, feel a type of way because you're choosing not to follow in a certain pathway, because you're choosing to follow something different that you want to do for yourself with this Fool card coming out. So they're definitely, yeah, because you got Strength coming out, but it's in the reverse. So I'm hearing that Whitney Houston didn't know my own strength, but I'm going to add that. Do I have my phone over here? Yeah, I do. Let me add that to our channel playlist. If you're interested in our channel playlist, definitely check it out from the links and things down below. Is didn't know my own strength. So I just added that to our playlist down below. Something kind of took your strength away, or wanted you to feel like you didn't have as much power over something that you do. And it's more so of understanding that they were sharing this information and raising you and teaching you from what they knew best. From what they knew best. But your soul is here on a different mission. And with your soul being here on a different mission, it takes strength of restraint to be able to say no to an elder. To be able to say no, because a lot are raised with the, you don't say no, you don't talk back, you don't do all these things, but that actually creates a toxic growth environment. It doesn't allow you to fully open up and be your true self, because they want to create you into a certain program of how they feel it's best for you based off of their experiences from their time. And we want to watch on how we connect with that, or how we allow it to connect with us. Because you are your own person. 11:11 on the time. You are your own person. You are a culmination of it all. So a lot of this could be, this ancestral energy is stopping you from doing something different, from stepping out on faith, because they had ventures that failed, or they're reminding you of what didn't work for you the last time you tried it. You may feel like you're weak without something, like you need something in order to build your strength in a certain area. It takes it away. Remember, it came out in reverse, and so it took it away. And it's something about you taking the reins back, you taking your strength back, you taking your energy back, and creating a new story. Creating a new story, new storyline. Let's see why they showed up like this. Why did they pass down this information, this energy? I'm getting this energy of this feeling of needing to hide yourself, hiding your true self of who you are out of fear that other people won't understand you, that other people won't accept you. So you hide parts of yourself. And this ancestor did that as well. Mother of baskets, they hid parts of themselves because they had so many responsibilities that they weren't able to keep themselves balanced. They weren't able to invest into self. And some of you all may find yourself similar in this lifetime, where you invest your energy into everyone else. You don't invest it into self the way that you need, the way that you should. And that creates and teaches proper boundaries. It also teaches independence with your children. Independence and freedom of self. It's a lot of energy about freedom of self. And with that Fool card, this ancestor was not given freedom. Oh, I love to see the birds, y'all. It's there's two of them eating, three of them eating on the ground, and then one is up at the feeder. Okay, as I said, that more are flying. It's like as soon as I start counting them, here they come. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the ground, and one is up now. Don't hide yourself. Yeah, 10 of Wands. This ancestor had a lot of responsibility on them. A lot of responsibility was placed on them. Like, I'm hearing the working in the fields, the working like on like the farm energy. So they had things that were passed down to them, and they had to follow in certain footsteps of what was passed down to them, and so on and so forth. So that same energy has come to you, but that thing was meant to stop with you. You were meant to expand your lineage. You're not meant to struggle. You were not meant to struggle. But when our spirit and our energy is in the space of struggle, and in the space of feeling like you have to be the one to do this and show up a certain way, you turn into an energy of survivalism. And it gives a vibe of this ancestral energy is passing down the energy of surviving versus the energy of living. And when we're in the energy of surviving, you're not allowed to live. And when you're in the energy of surviving, that's your spirit wanting you to know that you're not in alignment with your higher self spiritual calling at this time. So if you feel like you're constantly needing to survive and things are not going the way that you plan or how they need to go, or you're not getting the right love and things of that nature, are you trying to make something work in a space that is destitute, that's barren, that it died out, and you're meant to cultivate new land? You're meant to fertilize new land. And that's this full energy. So old values, old beliefs, all of that aligns with what it is that you're breaking right now. You're breaking through those old values and beliefs that don't resonate with your spirit now. There's a way to be able to honor your ancestors and have boundaries. We don't have to listen to everything that our ancestors say. We don't have to do everything that our ancestors tell us to do. We can take it with respect. We can allow ourselves to add it to our repertoire of wisdom, our book, our guidance book, to find what's best for us in this lifetime. But if you made it to this part in the video, I'm letting you know now, your spirit has been calling for you to allow itself to expand. This ancestor's energy is so strong over your life right now. The energy we have out here right now is Virgo, Gemini, Aries, Leo. I'm going to pull some zodiac signs. Where is my other deck? I think I probably left it over there when I was doing readings. And did. I wasn't meant to pull it for this session. It's a certain deck that I'm looking for, but that's usually a deck that I only use in my membership area now anyway, so that makes sense why I can't find it. Let me make a note real quick. What signs? You have Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn again. We have Uranus with Aquarius energy, Scorpio, and then Pluto with more Scorpio and transformation. Cancer at the bottom of the deck. This new moon, well, this full moon, sorry. As you all know, I follow sidereal, okay? And so the full moon is in Cancer, which deals with the home, roots, generational. This transformation that's happening is like a sense of you're going through a renewal at this time of identifying your power, finding your power again after a state of feeling like your power was taken from you. It's like you're defeating the vulture energy. The vulture energy no longer has any type of power over you. You're healed from that. It's like a sense of renewal from it all and a clearing away that has happened. The things that you've been afraid to release and let be known, you're going to find that fear dissipating, because you're going to realize it wasn't real. It wasn't really your fear. It was the fear of your ancestors that were passed down to you. That same fear that was forced into them. And so you're breaking away from that. Let's go deeper. What's an energy for you to focus on as you break away from this and step into your own? I'm hearing that song Own Your Own by Yasmin Lacey. Tell me, are you right inside? How you feeling right inside? On your own. On your own. Tell me, are you right? I'm adding to the playlist. Tell me, are you right inside? Are you feeling right inside? On your own. It's already in the playlist. Tell me, are you right? How you feel inside? On your own. On your own. Tell me how you feel inside. You're being called to own your own story. Own your own. Bad things will happen in our life, but we must keep a high vibration. A lot of times when bad things happen, don't let the madness get you down, okay? We learned how to triumph. Like a lot of times of what was passed down was when bad things would happen, you know, or difficult times would happen, that you shut down and you shut everything off. And that's not what our spirits are called to do. We're called to embrace and understand it so then we can expand from it versus hide from it. So we have to first know it. And I think about that client session from the past life regression. She had to get to that space and to find that her grandmother's ancestral energy was controlling her head. And she was saying the left side of her brain was hurting. We know the left side controls, to my understanding, the analytical, the processing, the thoughts. Let me make sure, just to be, look, let me make sure I ain't just making up something, honey, okay? Yeah, the left brain is more verbal and analytical and orderly. So it was showing that her grandmother's ancestral energy was controlling her analytical process. So all that pain that was coming up in the session was like I had to do a therapy session for her grandmother's energy and hers in order for it to be merged. Like, it was very interesting. And that's why I love past life regression sessions. Like, They're so healing when they're handled correctly, you know. And so we're going to start with your first one. You have DNA repairing. You're repairing your DNA. Transmutation, the trigger statement. I don't know who I am. But as you repair your DNA, the true statement is I am. You are all things. You are connected to the all. There is no efforting required for this shift. Be present and allow every aspect of your being to transform. You don't have to try anything, just be. Sit with self, and the answers will come to you. As you sit with self and connect with that higher self, the answers come. You have earthly with patchouli. The trigger statement could be that you hate your body, so I hate my body. But the true statement, my body is my temple. Remember that you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Revere your loyal, sacred body. Control your body. Don't let it control you. And that's basically the other energies coming in and it's controlling your body, and you no longer have control over it. It's another energy that has control over it. And then you have faith with Spikenard. The trigger statement, why does this always happen to me? So you may feel like something is always happening to you, but the true statement is that you're at peace. It happened for you, not against you. It happened to get your attention. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch miracles unfold. Look, that's my stomach growling. It's time to eat. As you allow miracles to unfold. So have faith. So transmute. Allow yourself to live this earthly experience and have faith that you will be able to guide yourself through that higher self experience. You have the fire garden. Ignite your passions. Ignite your passions. Ignite your passions. It takes that initiative. You have the Shylon Master. Be graceful in movement and action. And that graceful energy is not a defensive energy or need to control the energy versus allowing the flow to happen. Because all of this is then influencing what, or being influenced by what? Your spirituality. Spirituality is in everything. It's not something that's meant to be in a box. You define your path in this experience. And that's where you find freedom. Yeah, you have new beginnings. New beginnings. This is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. As you allow yourself to embrace that aspect of self, you connect deeper with it. Uh-oh, what'd I just do? Oh, I'm dropping cards. We're going to pull our card and our question for today. We've already done that question. Yesterday's question was really good. Thank you to everyone who answered the question. We just did this one yesterday. What is the most surprising thing about love that you've learned? Give me another question. Ooh, this is... y'all can choose which question y'all want to answer, okay? I'm going to give y'all 2 options. All right. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. We're going to do this one. What advice would you like to ask of someone in this collective space? So you could put it as a question in the comments for the advice. And what advice would you like to ask someone else? So basically, what advice would you like to ask? And then feel free to respond to questions of those who place their questions down below for advice, to give advice on it. And so open up the space for advice. I like this one. We're going to do 1 question. We're not going to do 2. We're going to do 1. So what advice would you like to ask of someone? And anyone could be able to answer it for you in the comments. I thank you all for being here. If you're interested in a personal reading, check out my links and things down below to my website. All of my books, channels, all of that jazz is down below for your access. And I hope it provides some type of help and clarity for you. And I love you all. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. Go out there and create your generational blessings. And if you're creating your generational blessings, let us know in the comments. I am creating. And say which generational blessing you're creating. And I affirm everyone. Everyone I affirm. I love you all. And continue to bloom and heal in this space. Bye.